What's happening, y'all? Just wanted to hop on here with some quick thoughts. This probably is not going to be a long live. It's just, I've been very reflective lately. And the reason why I've been so reflective is that I have a terminally ill parent, as a lot of you guys know about my dad. And it was one thing when he was still able to talk, even when his speech was limited, even when he was only able to say a couple of words here and there, it was still some words. I would go in and I would see him. I would say, "Hey, Dad, how's everything going? How are you doing?" He's like, "I'm okay." Like I would be able to get a couple of words out of him. And just hearing those words were comforting. Like, you know that he's there, you know that he's listening, you know that even if he can't speak too much, he can hear you and he can know that you're present. And then I would ask him, "You know who this is?" He's like, "Mark." Like, "Why are you asking?" Like, "I know Mark. Mark's my son." And he stopped speaking, I think, September of last year. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. He hasn't spoken. I mean, he did speak. Like, he said one or two words to me a month ago, but aside from that, he hasn't spoken in like 7 months. So it makes you think back to your whole relationship. It makes you think back to every part of it, the beginning, the middle, and the end. You think about, for me, I think about my childhood days. I think about, good times. I think about bad times. I think about disputes, arguments that we had, and I think about what more I could have said during this time when he still had some speech in him. I try not to look at it with regrets though, because I think that our relationship over the last 3 years since he's been unwell has actually been rather good. And, in some ways, we were able to repair some things that were going on for my life. Um, Not fully, because I'm human, like life is hard and complicated, and certain things we kind of live with and we get through them to an extent, but not necessarily all the way. But I'm human. I'm still trying and working. But the point of what I'm saying right now is that I wish that I was able to have some of the hard conversations that I didn't have back when he was still well. There are some conversations that we had when he was already sick, when he was already multiple strokes, and I wasn't able to talk to him in the same capacity as I would have been able to talk to him when he was well. Now, I say all this, I'm sharing this with you guys because I'm urging you, if you have somebody in your life right now, or if you formerly had somebody in your life even that means something to you, that maybe is not present in your life, or maybe a hard conversation that is on the table to be had is standing in the way of your relationship resuming or maintaining or improving. Just remember, our time on this earth is limited. We know about right now. We don't know about 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, a day from now, a week from now, a month, or a year. So if you have those people in your life right now, they're available right now, you have their phone number, their contact information, give them a call. If it's somebody who's living in your house, who you just kind of come and go, high and by, and there's no depth to your relationship because there's something hard that you need to talk about, that you haven't been willing to talk about, do it now. because those hard, uncomfortable feelings are better than losing your chance altogether and then living your life with regret. And I'm saying this as somebody who knows if I could hop in my time machine, there's things that I would do and say a lot differently. But one of the greatest assumptions that we all make in this life is that we are going to have a tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to have a tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to have 1 minute from now, 2 minutes from now. I don't know about my family, my loved ones. We're not in charge of that clock. We are not in charge of that clock. So that means that it's important to repair things when you have the chance to repair them. Being willing to sit in those uncomfortable feelings and have those uncomfortable conversations is important. They help with our depth, our growth, and they keep us from having to live a life where we feel regretful and say, I wish I had tried to save this relationship while I had the chance. And I sit here and I've been going to this nursing home for like 6-7 months, way more than 6-7 months, but 6-7 months of it without being able to get any feedback. I just go in there, I talk. Today I was just there and he was awake for like a minute out of the hour that I was in there. And even when he was awake, he looked real just groggy and out of it. And that's tough, man. I don't know if anyone has ever been in that position where they have a sick family member that can't speak to them anymore, can't communicate with them anymore. It really just makes you think. It makes you rethink everything about life and think about the people around you and just think about how you need to have more of an urgency to maintain those relationships in your life that are important to you. And there's no way around those conversations sometimes, because we've all had those relationships where we've gone through some traumatic stuff with somebody, and then they come back and we're still talking and we're still around each other, but we have not addressed the elephant in the room. Addressing the elephant is needed. I don't want to have this happen to me in any other situation in life where I feel fearful to discuss things with somebody fully and completely and have that hard conversation and get those feelings out of the way. Because sometimes that is the exact path that is needed towards healing. And it's so hard to see somebody who can no longer talk to you. It's so hard. It's so hard. But I've used it as a lesson to teach me something, to let things go a little bit faster, because, like I said, you just never know about tomorrow. To be willing to have those hard conversations for the sake of improving the relationship, and to have more of an urgency to resolve disputes and incidents with people that you care about that are worth resolving those incidents with. So that was just my quick message to all of you. I hope somebody gets something out of this. I've been forgetting to say this lately because these have just been like diary entry lives. But please make sure if this content resonates with you, impacts you, or touches you in some kind of way, to hit the like button, share, comment, hit the notification bell. Super thanks are active, super chats, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.